I certainly don't think Ricky's any elephant in any room. He's been an amazing player, like I said, for a long time, Jim. And look, I think Bangladesh is going to be a great test for that, to see how it all unfolds. I know he will allow me to do my job to the best of my ability. I have a very good working relationship with Punter, and I'm confident that, if he can continue to play as well as he, has done for such a long time, I'm certain it can work. No doubt it's about how I conduct myself on and off the field. I think I need to continue to be true to myself, and people are going to be, people are entitled to their own opinion. But like I said, it's important that I'm doing everything in the best interest of the team and, trying to, I guess, become the best captain I can possibly be for Australia.
Why do you think that perception is there when you've proven yourself already as a leader?
Oh, look, I don't know the exact reasons why it's there, but it is, and I've had it probably my whole career. So I certainly don't, I don't sit here and believe I can, get the whole of this country to like me. People are always going to have their own views, but for me it's about respect. It's about earning that respect, leading the team in the right way, playing cricket in the right manner, and hopefully I can, earn the respect of these the doubters that are out there, I guess.
As a kid from the western suburbs, this just must be a dream come true.
Look, I think playing for Australia has been a dream come true, and is every time I take the field. It is an honour, no doubt, and to have been given this opportunity, I'm really looking forward to it. But for me right now, the focus is Bangladesh. I certainly don't want to look too far ahead, and I think it's important right now with where we are as a team, that we, continue to improve every day. I think every day we get out of bed, we've got to look to get better. We have, as what I said, we have a lot of work to do in all three forms of the game, and I think that starts as soon as we get on this plane to Bangladesh. I certainly think, first and foremost, it's not about me being the next Ricky Ponting, because I'm not Ricky Ponting. I'm me, and I want to do things my way with the help and support of who I have around me. What I will play a huge part in that. I think our relationship is crucial. The relationship between Andrew Hilditch, the selectors, and myself, and then also Cricket Australia is a massive part of going forward and seeing Australian cricket head in the right direction. I think I've been very lucky to have the experience I've had captaining the 2020 team, getting the chance to captain a few one-days when Ricky has been unavailable or injured. So I think the guys in the team know generally the way I go about my work and what I expect of all of us as the Australian cricket team. So I don't think there'll be too many changes, to be honest, Ken, right now. Our goals, Shane Watson, myself, Ricky Ponting, the Australian cricket team are all exactly the same. We want to become the best team we can be. We want to become, I guess, the #1 ranked team in all forms, and that's going to take a long time. I think for me the key is that we go back to basics, old-fashioned basics, and make sure we are, like I say, we're getting out of bed every day trying to get better at the three major basics in cricket, and that's batting, bowling, fielding. I think that's probably the one thing I'll be trying to push with Coach Tim Nielsen, that we can really get stuck into. We have a lot of talent in our group, but we have a lot of inexperience as well. So I think it's a great start to improve those basics. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel, as I've said. I think the public and the media have seen, and my teammates have seen the way I go about my work in the games I've had the chance to captain. And my goal is still is to try and get the best out of every single player in this Australian cricket team. I've learned a lot as being Ricky's vice captain, and I'll continue to learn from him as a leader. And anybody with that sort of experience can only help somebody like myself or Shane. So I think it's important that we continue to learn from, the guys that have come before us, the current guys we are playing with, and the guys that are coming, into the squad now. I'm very lucky to have a lot of close friends that have represented Australia and that have captained Australia, and I think it's important that I continue to use their experience as well. I think in the games I've played where I've had the chance to captain Australia, I think my form has been pretty good, or it's made me step up. I think that's probably another thing that Ricky has certainly taught me, that to be leading from the front on the field is so important in this great Australian team, and that's obviously one of my main goals. I think my form has been a lot more consistent in one-day cricket of late than Test cricket, but in saying that, I think if I look back past the Ashes, I think my Test cricket form was pretty good. But no doubt I have a lot of work to do and a lot of room for improvement in my game. And that's part, like I said, I'm no different to anybody else in the team. I wake up every day and try and look at how I can get better, and I'd like us all to look at the same thing. In these 3 one-days coming up, I don't see any reason why Ricky Ponting won't bat at #3. In his last game for Australia, he scored 100. He's had an amazing career batting at number 3, and I certainly don't think that'll change in these 3 one-day matches. And then we can sit down and have that conversation and assess when we get back.
I'm sure it won't change too much significantly, because obviously the things that Ricky has had in place for his tenure of leadership has meant that he's done a very good job. So I don't think it's going to change too significantly. It's more so just from Michael's perspective as well, as making sure that he stamps his mark on leadership and exactly how he wants to go about it. And I suppose I'm lucky enough to now be given the opportunity to be able to help Michael out in any way I possibly can to make sure that the team as a whole is in the place it needs to be be able to give ourselves the best chance of putting the performances that we want. It really has been an amazing couple of years. It's something that I never really thought would be coming my way after, I suppose, my previous part of my career when I really struggled to actually get on the field. So to actually now for things to come together and mean that I'm the vice captain of the Australian cricket team it's still hard for me to really get my head around. It actually is hard for me to get my head around that I've been able to play for a number of years with the Australian team and been able to contribute as well as I have is something that I never thought actually would come about. So I'm really excited about this new role. I feel like my game's in a really good place now and my mind's in a great place to be able to really have the mental space to really be able to contribute as much as I possibly can. So I'll be doing everything I can to help out Michael especially, and but also the group. Most importantly, the group of getting everyone in the place that they need to be at their best.
It's also a very different role. I think it's quite a difficult role, vice captain. I mean, it's not a captain in waiting. It's someone who's got to support Michael absolutely at all times and contribute to the leadership group at all times. But obviously we're watching and hoping that Shane develops. He hasn't had a lot of leadership experience. It's one of the big reasons we made this appointment now, was that the reality is that Shane's such a good player, he's not going to play much domestic cricket. So if he's going to get his leadership skills up to another level, it has to be now and it has to be as vice-captain. So yeah, it'll be a learning curve for Shane, but his first role is to support Michael.